My bad, team. Do you guys see the mic? Yes, you do. Yo, we're looking professional over here. Give me 1 minute. I'm just catching up with everything I gotta do real quick. Give about another 5 minutes to join, and then we will get started. I believe we had an 8 p.m. start time tonight on the stream, right? Is what I put. Yeah, 8 p.m. So I'll give about another 5 minutes to join. Links have been posted. I did say I was gonna start getting back in the groove of things again, so links have been posted on X, Instagram, posted it on Discord. I'm also going to get the watch list ready. Watch list. Where is the watch list? I don't know. Great fucking question. Found it. No way this was 13 days ago. You're lying to me. Alright, fuck it. It was 10 days ago exactly. Hold on. I'm gonna turn that back on. Keep you at dark mode. Holy shit, I just got flashbanged. We got a watch list ready. I'll edit it as we go. And then Discord, I need to move it to this screen. And daily watch list. I'm gonna just copy and paste this. Shit. I'll get 2026. What will they be in 26? 02. Then I'm going to. I could have done. There you go. Oh no. Man, I'm messing up bad. It's been a minute that I haven't done this. Okay, hold on. We got it. We're good to go. Alright, what time is it? 7:58? Got 1 more minute. Where's everybody at, man? I know it's late. For those watching the recording, as always, if you guys have any questions, feel free to message me on Discord. Leave a question in the comment section. Feel free to do that as well. Next week, I'm gonna either say by Sunday or Monday. I'm gonna say this too because it is pretty much the last session for the week, aside from the trading session in the morning if we have any trades. So we'll say this is more than likely the last stream for the week. So I do want to make an announcement that either Sunday or Monday, I'm gonna take some time this weekend to update the WAP, and then on Monday, if I get to finish everything on time by Monday, I'll make a little announcement and we'll start the one-on-one sessions again. And what else? I think that's it. I think that's the only thing I really wanted to add, because I know I have a few one-on-one sessions that I still owe people. I just haven't had the time to do that yet. That's on me. My bad. Anything else? I think that's it. As usual, the pairs we're going to be going over are the ones you see on the right hand side with the red flag next to their name, starting off with AUD USD, finishing off with silver. We will be going in order from the top to the bottom. And I didn't really get to see the charts today, aside from when I woke up and I saw that everything had hit STP or ADR. Outside of that, I haven't looked at my charts again, so we'll do a deep dive on the first pair as always. If there's no questions in the chat today, again, I know I started late, so it's all good. Give me 1 second, actually. If there's no questions, we're just gonna get through this pretty quick, so it shouldn't be a longer session than 30-35 minutes. And then again, for those watching the recording, any questions, feel free to let me know. All right, let's get started. My bad. All right, so AU, we know that we are in level 3 on a downtrend. Price gave us push number 1 for zone of consolidation, push number 2, right, the second trend, second zone of consolidation, which on a downtrend is called the A2. First zone of consolidation is called the A1. So level 1, A1, level 2, A2, and then you're looking for level 3. Right, we're looking for level 3 to continue on to the previous peak lows to give us that new low. Before we see, or before we can anticipate the trend to start, what do we want to see? We want to see price give us a valid break of the bottom of the zone of consolidation. Did we get that break? Yes, we got the break down here. So we know that the trend is lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and we're looking for that lower high point to be set. Not only are we at the lower high point, or in this case would be equal highs at this point, the same way that it was this at this time when this was trending, price gave us an equal high and then went down to the bottom. Here did the same thing, gave us the equal high, cool, no problem. So now we know we're also at the top of the zone of consolidation. The top of the zone of consolidation on an overall downtrend, this is what we would consider our safety trade. So this is the area where this is most likely the point where you're going to start see price downtrending on the lower time frames. So this is where we go down to the 4 hour. We look at the trend, same thing. Right now on the 4 hour, we're still trading higher high, higher low, higher high. So on the 4 hour, we're still technically on an uptrend. Now, price gave us something very simple. What is that? Price gave us higher high, higher low, higher high. On the move to the higher low, price decided to give us a zone of consolidation. So there's a lot of people right now that are looking at this trade and are thinking, okay, this is going to be the area where we would want to see price give us the retest to continue these pushes to the top side. Could these trades be correct? Absolutely. Price never tapped into the 4 hour highs. So why do I say I like where we're at? Because there's only two things that could happen here. Either price on the lower time frame, right on the 30-minute, either price is going to give us that change of character, break of structure, and we know we can start looking to take these trades back down to the bottom, right? Or we know that this is where price is going to give us the move back to the top side to go up to the 4 hour highs. Now remember, I'm not trading counter trend. So right now what I'm doing is just getting my charts ready to start looking to take a trade going short. Right? What are the rules that I want to see being followed? In this case, if price goes up to the 4-hour highs, if it gives us the break of structure, we know it's going to continue higher. And we know it's going to go to the top of the zone of consolidation, right? The highs that were made previously. But if price gives us an inducement of the high and we start downtrending, we know that this is where we can start looking to take those trades to go back down to the bottom. Now remember, on AU, we also have a gap at the bottom of the market. We know price has to fill this gap. Now again, what we don't know is when, but we know that eventually gaps will have to be filled. Some gaps are filled right away. Some gaps, it'll take a session or two. Some gaps, it'll take a few hours. Some days, some weeks, some months. Right? That's a question that as a trader. So I have to sneeze and then fuck. As a trader, you don't have that answer. You don't know when these gaps will be filled. And that's why following market structure is very important. With that being said, waiting for price to do what it has to do. Right now, we're still on an uptrend. Looking at structure, we have a change of character and a break of structure to the top side. So on the 30-minute, we're still on an uptrend. Since I'm not trading AU until we don't get that flip, I'm gonna keep these drawings on the chart. And in this case, I am gonna mark this as high, higher, low, higher, high. So we have a change of character on the lower time frame. Now this is gonna be where, again, if you're a trader trying to trade pullbacks, this is what you should be looking at. Change of character on the 30, go down to the lower time frame, the 5-minute, the 1-minute. We trade between these highs. And then start looking for those higher highs and higher lows on the lower time frame. Catch those pullbacks back. Those pullbacks back to the top side. Excuse me. I'm already tired too. Like, it's just not good. I just want to yawn. So I got a Red Bull. The Red Bulls don't do nothing to me. I had too many of them when I was young. Now I grabbed the sugar-free ones. They taste better. I'm gonna be honest. I think the sugar-free ones taste better than the OG one, the regular ones. So yeah, AU, we just gotta be patient, right? AU, I'm gonna wait for price to give us stronger confirmations. Again, at this point, I'm either looking for those downtrends to continue, like I was talking to you guys about. Literally, I was drawing this on the 4-hour time frame. Mind you, I was on the 4-hour time frame, telling you exactly where I want to see the break of structure happen and where I'm looking to take entries. We go to the 30-minute, same fucking thing, right? Once price gives me that valid break, especially if it does it below the 800 EMA, I no longer have to second guess the trades that I see up here, right? Because if I was any other trader, again, you'd just say, oh, but there's an engulfing candle here on the 30-minute, bearish, right? I don't care about that. Oh, but there's a bearish engulfing candle here. You see what I'm saying? In these areas, this is meant to manipulate traders. Not doing that, right? Because again, there's a reason why not every double bottom, right? There's a reason why not every double top in the market work. Why do some work? In this case, the double top worked. In this case, the double bottom did not work. In this case, the double bottom, currently, we're waiting to see if it's going to work or not. Where you start seeing like, oh shit, you have a double bottom, but then you also have a bearish entry in the same area. So you start seeing that game of tug of war. Who's winning right now? Just think about it as a game. Buyers and sellers. Right now they're at war. You have the traders who just got into the trade, literally, who just got into the trade going long. And at the same exact time, you have sellers in this position here. Start noticing how the candles are reacting, especially if you go down to the lower time frame. I'm not gonna do your homework for you. It's all good. I've done it already. You guys go do your homework. Notice how the 1 minute candles are printing. Notice how the 5 minute candles are printing. Understanding why that's happening. And connecting that reason to what we have drawn up, to the market structure. Why are traders being induced in this area? Because price just gave you a fake change. Where a lot of traders would think, oh, this is a lower low. This is a lower high point. How many traders you think are in these positions thinking that this is going to be a continuation of the double top and you need to have 3 pushes to the bottom side? Right? Just notice how many, like, there's so many ways you could look at the market. Who's right and who's wrong. Once you see that, trading like this shit, there's no more questions you have to ask yourself. Like, once you understand that piece, it's like, all right, cool. On to the next pair. I'm waiting for that valid break. Right? We understand there's too many confirmations in that one area. There's too many confirmations going both ways. Right? When you start asking yourself, again, this is why everything that, even what we said yesterday, is very important. In an area where the market is showing you both confluences for buy positions and sell positions at the same time, what is that? The market makers inducing traders to get into a trade to trap traders. How do the market makers induce traders? By giving you fake signals. Perfect. Once you understand that, and then you see it on the chart, it starts making sense. Because we see it. This isn't something that we're making up. It's not like, again, this is why I keep all my drawings here. We'll go over the drawings that I even drew yesterday. This is why, again, I love that this is live streamed. Because, again, this isn't in hindsight. This isn't what we think versus what's really happening. We're drawing out the scenarios that could happen. And then once we start seeing the entry confirmations for that scenario to work out, or for it to not work out, that's when you start making your decision on whether or not you're taking a trade. Again, this is why, like, yes, even though my number one entry model is engulfing candles, there's a reason why I know to stay away from this trade. There's a reason I know to stay away from this trade. It all comes down to market structure. If I didn't know the change of character break of structure rules, I'm just taking every trade. I'll take every double bottom and every double top, and I'll take every engulfing candle and every bounce off the EMAs, and I'll take every 50% fib retracement trade. I'll take every order block and fair value gap on the charts. Every single time they print, doesn't matter. But again, there's a thing in trading that's called entry models, and then when you're reading the market, which is market structure. It's two different things. Once you learn the structure and you understand how the market moves and why, then you start learning entry models. Because again, if you don't know that the market is in an uptrend making higher highs and higher lows, and you take a double top entry, right? You take a double top entry when price is uptrending, you're gonna lose the trade. And you lost the trade because you don't understand structure. It's not because you're playing a game of fucking probabilities. I just showed you market structure and we connected it to most simple things. So double tops and double bottoms. How many double tops and double bottoms have the market printed in the last day and a half? How many of them work? How many of them don't? We just did it. We saw it just now. Same thing with the engulfing candle. Again, look how price is reacting. If you would have taken this trade going short in this area, boom, straight to stop loss. Straight to stop loss. So again, me as a trader personally, how do I know to stay away from this trade? How do I differentiate high probability versus low probability? Is market structure. Right? Being able to see, yo, this at one point the market wanted to print a shoulder head shoulder, something simple, 30-minute time frame. Right? The shoulder, the head, the shoulder. What did price do? It gave you an inducement. It didn't give you a valid break. It gave you the inducement of the shoulder. That already tells me this is still on an uptrend. This has not given me, it hasn't given me any confirmation that price is starting the downtrend. Absolutely none. So, Papa's here. Was goody Kendall? You got the cam on? We back for real? Yo, we're back, bro. We're back. We're trying to be back. Everything is coming together though. I gotta order a new banner. That banner I got with my face on it, I didn't really like how it came out. And I don't know if it's because of the people that I sent it to go get it printed that the quality came out pretty bad. Like on camera, you're not gonna see the difference. Right? That's the biggest thing, is that on camera, you're not gonna see the difference. However, it's not really what I care about. When I see it and I see that the quality is not that good, I'm like, see what I'm saying? So I and like again what I was saying, if you would have taken that trade, straight to stop loss. With that being said, I want to order another one, and I know where I want to order it from, and it's not it's only like 35 bucks. Is not expensive, and it's a big ass frame. The problem is that I turn the camera on too to see like how much space I have on the wall behind me, and I also don't know if I'm gonna keep my setup like this. I have a headache here, right? Like I remember before I left, I bought the bed, right? Brand new bed, mattress, bed frame, and I have it. Cool, but it's a big ass bed, and this room is not that big. This setup, this table is not that big, and I might have to buy another table, but that's besides the point. The point is, I might have this setup fucking, I don't know, I'm gonna be honest, facing the wall that's on my left hand side. And if that's the case, then I would have to move everything from this wall into that wall. I'm just trying to think. Sorry, I know I'm taking a lot of time thinking about this, but that's the thing. I don't know, so I don't know. I don't want to keep putting shit up on the wall. I had I started putting up soundproof foam shits on the wall, and I stopped less than halfway. I only put like 15 blocks up. And I'm like, yo, I need to stop because I don't know where I'm gonna put these yet. So my room's a mess. Not gonna lie. I have like just hella shit here. Anyway. I'm gonna just drop my Red Bull. I would have been so pissed. I love me a fucking Red Bull, bro. My God. Alright, so I hope that all made sense. Again, I'm not gonna do that with every single pair. We've already been here for 25 minutes. Out of the 25 minutes that we've been here, it took us 10 minutes just to do AU. I'm not gonna do that every single pair. So again, if there's no questions in the chat, we're just gonna keep it rolling. So EA, again, right now we're still on an uptrend on the daily time frame. We still are in level 3. For this pair specifically, I am expecting price to go up a little bit higher. However, again, looking at the behavior of how price is moving, could we say that we are in level 2? Again, I don't want to, just based on on how the market maker's pattern looks on this, where the first zone of consolidation is compared to the second one. The EMAs kind of make sense, but not really. Right? Overall, what I'm interested in is to see where this higher low is set. Right? Because again, on the daily time frame, we are still trading higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So really depends on where this higher low is set, how price moves, again, how this month ends as well. We have 3 months to drop. After 3 months to drop, we're expecting the market to move sideways or go up for the next month. So for the month of March, we're pretty much gonna get the answer to our question. 4-hour time frame, again, still on a downtrend, gave us another lower low point. So we'll update this in the weekly market breakdown. We also have 2 weeks to drop, right? We still have tomorrow, right? Tomorrow's Friday, so we'll see if this finishes on a no net. I would mostly want this to finish on a no net or on a weaker rise at this point. I don't think price is gonna go back higher than this. There's no way on a Friday. However, we could still finish on a no net. If price finishes on 2 weeks of drop, then we already know that the first week of March for next week, price is most likely going to continue those downtrend pushes. So again, for EA, we just want to be a little patient. Once we get the confirmations, if we end up getting confirmations of price just wanting to continue down, then we will update our charts as that. But for right now, we're gonna keep it like this. And EA is not, again, it's not really a trade that or a pair that I'm trading actively. So again, we'll keep all of this marked up. And again, you guys seen pretty much everything we had drawn up yesterday, what we were looking for, what we could be expecting. And again, everything kind of played out. Back to these lows. If price doesn't break these lows, we're gonna start the uptrend. We get the uptrend, we look for the breaks and the retest of this area. We got the breaks and price just flew. Right, gave us these breaks and it flew. Right, now we're saying the same thing about these highs. Right, we need to confirm BOS before we could even continue. So again, this is the area where we start looking. All right, if price starts giving us a change of character on the lower time frame, break of structure, and it goes back to the lows, we know what we're looking for, and vice versa. If it gives us an inducement and we start seeing higher highs and higher lows, we know price is going to continue, and then we need to see price break these highs to continue higher to start the uptrend. Same thing we talked about yesterday. And again, this is why I always say I'll keep my drawings on the chart, man. This shit does not bother me. ECAD, we're just in a zone of consolidation. We are also in peak high territory, so not going to be trading this. The price is just moving sideways for this week, so just letting price do what it has to do. ECAD, we'll skip through it. EU, just moving sideways as well. In the zone of consolidation where we're rejecting highs, rejecting lows, highs, lows, lows, highs, coming back to the top, going back to the bottom. Just letting price do what it has to do. I'll start trading the breakouts once we get there. GA is also in peak high territory, so this one is one that we're gonna skip. We had a change of character to the downside. Why is it blue? Then we had a change of character. No, wait, my bad. Low, 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 change, lower high. We're gonna say all of this is where the break happens. So we're now trading between. Well, I don't know why that messed with my eyes so much. Trading between these highs. These lows, the 372 was already hit, technically speaking. So we're not gonna mark that as a 372. The 4-hour lows. We'll move these down again. Where are we? 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th week. We had a gap in the market, resets the trends. We had a gap here, reset the trends. We also had a gap here, so we already know why we have a continuation down. And then on the daily time frame, again, we're in peak high. We already made the first high. Very similar to structure that was on ECAD, I believe, right? On that one pair. Or EA, whatever pair it was. Could we say that we are in level 2 on a downtrend? Say that this is the first push, first zone of consolidation, and then this is level 2. We have the 50 crossing below the 200. Everything kind of starts making sense, right? First zone of consolidation above the 800. Second zone of consolidation is either going to be on or below, and we're already below, right? We have a change of character on the daily time frame. Price gave us higher high, higher low, higher high, boom, change of character, lower low. Makes sense, right? Would have liked for the first zone of consolidation to have been a little bit lower, but nonetheless, if GA continues these downtrends and gives us, at this point, we'd want to see a lower high point. Once we get that lower high point, that'll give us a little bit more of what we want to see, right? Level 2, we want to see price bounce off the 200 EMA. So whether we do that on the 4-hour time frame or if we do that on the daily, we will continue to look out for GA. Not on my watch list for tomorrow, but definitely gonna be keeping an eye on GA for the next couple weeks here. GCAD is another pair just skipping, going alongside it, man. It's just moving sideways, trapping traders left and right all day. I'm not gonna be messing with GCAD for now. GJ, exactly what we talked about yesterday. Who was it on our chat? Oh, the 372 GJ 372 is like, nah, be careful. Be careful. Look how they trap traders. As soon as they get to that 50%, they know. Oh, the market makers know all your rules, man. Trust me. Trust and believe. Market makers know all the rules, man. As soon as they got to that 50%, how many traders you think took these trades thinking that price was going to continue higher? And then if you didn't put your stops at break, if you didn't cash out, looking at structure where price was making lower lows and lower highs, if you thought this trade was just going to continue, you had your stops at fucking your stop loss, straight to stop loss. You lost all the profit you made. Right? So, once again, market structure is king, man. And why did I say this yesterday? Why was I like, yo, be careful with these buys? Why? Because on the 4-hour, we are making lower low, lower high, lower low. This was just a lower high point on the 4-hour time frame. That's all it was. On the daily time frame, we're still on an uptrend. Right? On the daily time frame, could this have been a higher low point? Yeah. Could have been. But okay, cool. In order for price to continue, what are the rules that you want to see? You don't have none of those rules. Right? We don't have none of those rules. We had the change of character, lower low, lower high. Once price got to these lower highs, looking at the candlesticks, exhaustion candles, 30-minute time frame. Where are we? Same thing. Same exact thing. Right? Now we have our second confirmation, which is what? Again, super simple. What is the market printing? Shoulder, head, right? Shoulder. What do we want to see? Our confirmation that price is going to continue to go lower. What do we want to see? We want to see price give us a break below these lows. Did price give us a break? No. It just gave us an inducement. Not only did it give us an inducement, it gave us an inducement with an exhaustion candle. Not only that, we're on the 800 EMA. Price respects the 800. Now, are those confirmations, yo, get into the trade right now, price respects the 800, is going to go back up? No. This is where now you go to the 1-minute time frame, right? GJ is a fast-moving pair, so the 1-minute time frame, that's where you want to be at when you want to catch those moves. You start looking at structure on the 1-minute time frame. What is price doing? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, all the way down, lower low. So right now on GJ, we are still on a downtrend, technically speaking. Low, lower high, lower low. Looking for the retest. This is where a lot of traders are taking trades to go back down. And again, what I'm looking for is either for price. I'm not getting into any of these trades here. I'm either looking for price to start breaking these highs, or I'm looking for price to give me a valid break of these lows for me to continue to look for a trade. If price gives us an inducement of the high, we know we could take these trades back to the bottom. Very simple. Price gives us a break, right? A change of character, break of structure. I know I can start taking these trades back to the top. If price comes to these lows, gives us an inducement of the low, we know we could take these trades back to the top side. Price gives us a break of the lows, we know that we could continue to look for trades back to the bottom. It's that simple. Here in the middle, not taking anything. Waiting it out. I have nothing to trade there in the middle. I have no confirmations. Gouda, You sound like E? Fuck, I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Do I sound like him actually though? No way. In a good way or in a bad way? I need to know the answer to that. Shaking my, what is it? Shaking my waves. What is that shit called? Yeah, I started getting that shit on my For You page. That's why I fucking hate social media, bro. I just be getting the stupidest videos, yo. G is still counter trending. NU are still stuck in the zone of consolidation. Never got a valid break. Exactly what we talked about. Literally exactly what we talked about. Like, you know, not only did I draw it out, and that's exactly what happened. But yo, you know what? I don't know nothing about the charts, man. I'm just gonna update this here, bro. We're just gonna go to the next one. If you want to watch yesterday's my breakdown on NU, go watch yesterday, yo. I fucking maybe I'm the market maker, yo. Maybe. US 30, we're in peak high. I don't want to mark this as a rise no net, to be honest, but whatever. We'll do it for the vibes, for the plots. Wait, this isn't a no net. All right, this is a day of drop. Rise drop technically, but I'm not gonna mark it as a rise drop. That I'm not gonna do. We have the engulfing candle down here. Price tapped into it at the end of the or at the start of the session at 7:30. And we're still trading change of character, break of structure, lower low, lower high. Price gave us an exhaustion candle, started going short. Nothing. Just pair again, just like every other day. We just gotta wait till 9:30 open to see what happens. You know, by the time we woke up and we got on the charts, this should already hit STP. So we'll wait it out. Gold moving sideways, man. I'm good. The trend is your friend. It's very simple. There's no trend. There's no friend. I don't know. You can't really. I can't make that shit make more sense than what it already does on its natural meaning, its natural words. The trend is your friend. There's no trend. There's no fucking trade, man. Like, gold is not my friend right now. You know, a friend will let me borrow a few dollars. Right? Someone who's not your friend is gonna tell you to go fuck yourself. Right? And you know, that's what gold is doing. It's just telling us to go fuck ourselves. The trend is your friend. You know, gold isn't trending right now. He's not my friend. Fuck him. Fuck him. It's that easy. Oil, I don't know, bro. I'll be honest with y'all. I don't know. Oil, you know, doing exactly what it needs to do. 3 days of drop. We got a change of character. Technically, you know, I don't even want to mark this as lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high. I'm just gonna mark this all as one trend. This is just a change of character here, and we're trading between these lows and these highs. Um, 3 days of drop. I don't know. After 3 days of drop, the market must move sideways or go up. On the 800 EMA, we respected the 800, went right back up. But again, there's a whole bunch of shit going on, and I wouldn't trade oil right now anyway, unless something is crystal clear. And is there something crystal clear on oil? No, the only thing that's crystal clear is that we're just fucking doing a whole bunch of nothing, a whole bunch of just trapping traders all day. I'm not a part of that. I'm good. And then silver making it super simple for us. I appreciate it, silver. You guys already know. Shoulder head shoulder. This is exactly what we were talking about yesterday that we wanted to see. Right, we talked about how this could be a shoulder head shoulder. Now, again, what I do like about silver as well, where we're at, is how close to the top of the 30-minute highs we are in. Huh? How close we're. What I do like about silver is how close we are to the 30-minute highs. Huh. Why was that so difficult for me to say? First thing is first. Again, shoulder head shoulder is very simple, right? A shoulder head shoulder, especially when you're not in peak high or peak low, again, is just another variation of a zone of consolidation, where price is rejecting lows and rejecting highs. Right. With that being said, keep it simple. We already know two things. We know more than two things, but we know one thing for sure right now. In order for this to be a valid shoulder head shoulder, in order for us to say this is a valid bearish shoulder head shoulder, what do we want to see? We want to see price give us a break of structure of these lows to then continue. Or price is going to do exactly what it did at the end of the session, give us an inducement of the low to then go back to the top. Or vice versa, exactly what we talked about yesterday. Either price is going to give us the inducement of the high, which it did, to then go back to the bottom, which it did, or price is going to give us the break, the retest to continue. It's that simple. Everything here in the middle, not trading it. Why? Again, we'll go over it one more time. Zone of consolidation. What's the definition of a zone of consolidation? The area in the market where the market makers are trapping traders, inducing traders to get into a trade to hit their stop loss. I already know what the definition of a zone of consolidation is. I already know what a zone of consolidation looks like. Why am I going to trade it? There's no point. I'll let price move. I'll let price give me the breaks. Once we get those confirmations, then I'll look for my entry. And once I get my entry confirmation, then I'll take the trade. And then my trade will hit take profit. And then I make some cash. That's it. It's that simple. The process is very simple. Did you see that 5-minute gap on AU? Nah, I didn't even go to the 5-minute time frame. I don't really go to the 5-minute like that when I'm just updating my charts. 5-minute gap. Why you be so mysterious, man? Just tell me the price that it's at. This gap right here. Yeah, especially gaps that are going counter trend. I don't care about it. This is 5-minute. Alright guys, any other questions? Anything else you want me to go over? Any other specific pairs you guys want me to go over? Anything you want me to talk about? Let me know. If not, and that's pretty much it. There's really nothing else. I'll let you guys know tomorrow morning if I'll be doing a live trading session. It helps create a better analysis. You're not wrong. I didn't need that gap though to be able to do all these drawings. Just saying. But you're not wrong though, right? That gap helps a lot, right? Because you know you have an engulfing candle. Instead of getting into a trade at the retest, you get in at the gap. But again, would be a way better entry if we would have had a change of character break of structure and this would have been the retest, right? So same thing again, the gap is just another entry model. Before you even get into the trade, what do you want to see? Same thing that happened down here. Before you get into this trade, what do you want to see? You didn't get that? Okay, cool, don't take the trade. You would have taken this trade straight to stop loss. Just wasted a whole 27 minutes for price to just fucking go straight to stop loss, man. I'd be pissed. I'd be fucking furious, man. Gaps alleviate all the squiggly lines on your chart? Yo, nah. Nah, bro, not for everybody. Trust me. I mean, you saw it. You saw my evolution. If I don't draw shit out, people are more visual learners than anything else. So, I you know what? The drawings and the lines don't fucking bother me no more. I'm at a point where it's like, yo, as long as I can see the goddamn candlesticks and it's not in the way, I'm okay. I don't need to see anything else. I'd be waking up like, yo, this morning I saw the chart. I'm like, fuck. I have so much drawn for no reason. I'll show you a visual learner. When in doubt, pickies out. Now here's the thing. I bought another Red Bull. I have another one downstairs. Should I drink it? The answer should be no. Because you just drank one. Don't drink two back to back. However, some would also say, yo, it's 9 p.m. Yes, that's why I'm drinking a Red Bull. Yo, it's 9 p.m. You're gonna be fucking wired. You're not gonna go to sleep. Then my answer to that, Red Bull does not do anything to me. It just tastes really fucking good. So, could I go to sleep right now? Yes. Yes, I could. You guys probably see it. I look fucking tired. And it's supposed to rain this weekend. Fuck. And the race is here this weekend, and I'm not going to it. It's gonna be raining. Number one. Number two, Chase Sexton got hurt today in practice, so he's not gonna be racing this weekend. Number three, that fucking track sucks. Right? The Daytona Speedway fucking sucks to watch the motocross race. Why? Because you're either, we always get to stand in the asphalt where where the fucking the turns and shit, the actual street on the what do you call that, on the track, right? And it's dope. It's a dope experience. The first time you do it, the second time you do it, maybe. But I've gone to that fucking race like maybe 8 times in my life. I think I only sat once on the actual like bleachers, but the other times I've always sat, or I've always stood, because you can't really fucking sit there because again it's slanted. You're on the track. You're on the NASCAR track, so it's slanted. So you can't sit, because if you sit, you don't see nothing on the track. But then if you're standing up slanted. Your feet start hurting. Number three, standing there, you don't see the entire track. All you see is what's in front of you. The track is fucking long. I'm just venting. That track sucks. I hate that that's the only race that they do here in Florida. They couldn't use a better. And then you fucking go to the top to the actual seats and it's like, yeah, you can see the track, but they look like fucking little figures, little figurines. So I'd rather just watch it on TV, comfortable, in my house, laying down in bed. Race watches me. I don't even make it to the race. I'll be going to sleep before the fucking main events even start at 9 o'clock. This shit's way too late. I'm going to bed. I don't think I've watched a single race this year. Give me 1 second.